You're watching and listening to the longest-running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast. Stan C, Romoran, Chino Liao, and our Naga with attitude, Emil Nate.
Crazy
joining you on the slide. Joining you on another live stream. It's a full house tonight. We see na full house in your comment section. Thank you so much for showing love right there and for following the podcast. If you haven't yet, it'll really mean so much to us. Pa-Christmas nyo na sa amin to follow the podcast, subscribe on whatever streaming platform you're finding us in, leave a comment as well and be part of the conversation. Or if you're on Spotify, kung part kami ng Spotify rap, please let the people know that you listen to the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast.
Thank you to everyone who had us on your Spotify Wrapped, whether it was the top 1 or the top 5. Kung lumabas kami in any way, please do tag us. A couple of people have already tagged us. We really love showing off yung mga ganyan nyo kasi minsan na kami magka-validation.
Yun yung pinaka-flex namin other than yung USD ni Emil Nit.
Yeah, so also if you guys haven't yet, please do leave a like, a review on all the videos. Kung nasa YouTube kayo, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, comment. For Spotify.
Ay, kung
go.
Kung may 13th month kayo, bigyan nyo kami ng stars dito.
Oo, di ba? Bigyan nyo kami stars sa Facebook, sa YouTube, baka dating ng panahon, pwede na kayong mag paid subscription, all that good stuff will come in time. So just leave us all the reviews, all the loves, share our episode, tag us on social media para matuwa yung algorithm sa amin.
Mm-hmm. Thanks as well to everybody who was there nung Puso Wrestling Alamat and said hi, took pictures with us. If you liked yung wrestling podcast, Relic Rumble Trophy, kami rin, appreciate din namin nun. Shout out to our super professional prod guy, Hogan Aragon, who put that together and upcycled an actual microphone for that trophy.
That was a thing of beauty. Yung trophy na yun was handed out last Sunday no Alamat. So thank you so much to
parang nahanap ni Hogan yung mic ng ex-host kaya siya hindi ready.
No, his mic was never that good looking.
Yeah. It's actually a pretty good mic. It's a really pro level mic. Yung ginamit ni Hogan. So I was told that it works.
Yeah, gumagana pa siya. Na-spray paint nga lang. So di ko alam kung na-affect yung input quality. But yeah, good job to Hogan Aragon for putting that together. Harem, dapat ikaw ang mamigay ng red envelope sa amin pag nag-subscribe ka to Patreon. Diba? Or pag nag-sponsor ka. Tumatanggap pa kami ng sponsorship. Sino pa ginaldo nyo sa amin, guys?
Shout out to Harem, creator of awesome 3D printed figures of the wrestling scene, local wrestling scene. Di pa ata niya nagagawa yung na-print yung akin, pero nakita ko na yung design.
Ganda.
I hope you see all of that. I hope you actually get to make all of that, and baka may makabili ng merch mo from here, from the local wrestling scene.
Magpayaman ka rin.
Also, yes, we are accepting sponsorship still. Diba? Pasko na, gusto nyo mag-promote ng products nyo, gusto nyo mag-complain about the traffic, pwede namin gawin yan dito sa sponsorship segment na to. Just email as hello.wrestlingpodcast@gmail.com.
And of course, we've got the watch party for John Cena's final match happening on December 14. That's a Sunday morning at Skinny Mike's. Yung pre-order form is still up. tinyurl.com/thankyoucena. Again, it is tinyurl.com/thankyoucena. Yung early bird tickets natin, 450 pesos. For the walk-in, it's 500. My free iced tea either way. I'm gonna be there. It's my first watch party since COVID. So I'm actually excited to be with everybody sa Skinny Mike's on a Sunday morning. So it's not that early kasi wala nang daylight savings time. The show itself will start around 9 a.m.
Speaking of not that early, if the party you're going to starts at 6, you might not want to go there. Kasi anong gagawin niyo for 2.5 hours?
Magbibili ng butik.
Oh my God!
Wala na po tayong daylight savings.
Yeah, come on. Diba? Be nice to yourself. It's a Sunday. You don't have to wake up that early, even if you're gonna attend a watch party. All right, last plug here. Emil Nate, put over the Converge Netflix bundle, especially since WWE on Netflix Philippines is less than a month away.
Yes, there's the ano na, may date na nakalagay sa email, January 1, 2026, the first day of the new year. All WWE programming content will be available on Netflix, and you don't even have to connect via VPN to watch. So if you want to experience, the best quality, the best speed, the best internet, all you got to do is a subscriber upgrade your current Converge plan into the Converge Netflix bundle. There are three tiers to that plan: the 17.98, the 9.98, and the 22.98. So aside from the free Netflix account, you'll get, also a free Blast TV account, which you can still use kahit wala in WWE on Blast TV. You can kasali din doon is the box, the experience box, the high speed internet, and the new Wi-Fi modem. So again, we're always putting over Converge here on our podcast, and super excited na kami for January as WWE comes home to Netflix.
All right. Let's start
Home?
with
Yeah.
You live home?
No, now Netflix is the home of WWE here locally in the Philippines.
Eh,
Yun.
tama yan. Let Emil, kiss the feet that he has to para eventually
Para-
siya naman
para
yung
mapadala
padadala
siya.
sa Australia.
Sa Australia.
Oh,
tama,
no! Di ba? Parin natin.
Para
Hong
sa'yo,
Kong.
Emil,
Keep
Nate,
that as it
gagawin
may.
natin yan.
tama.
Okay.
Better Emil than me.
Sure. So, hindi tayo nakapag-weekend reacts because life got in the way, ganyan talaga. So, we gotta start with Survivor Series. And we'll start at the end as we do most of the time coming off of PLE with the Masked Man. And some people have been identifying this Masked Man in a black hoodie as someone with a well-defined tushy or derriere. But tushies aside, who do you think this Masked Man is? Kasi nung Raw, sabi ni Paul Heyman, I categorically deny any involvement with this man.
It won't be the first time Paul Heyman denies his involvement with anybody. He's been doing that since he became Paul Heyman. Diba? So, why do we take that at face value at this point? Right now, I don't really have an answer that makes sense right now. I kind of still think it's Seth Rollins. Kasi, it's hard for me to believe, even though may proof na nagpa-surgery siya. So hard for me to buy into the whole actually really injured siya. When we thought that was what happened
Well,
the last time,
they did-
right?
That is exactly what Adam Pearce said on the show. He voiced your exact concern. Because we've seen Seth pull off a ruse just earlier this year, he also has a hard time believing that it's Seth. So that is the kayfabe. That is the kayfabe sentiment. But syempre, if it were Seth, like there is no need for them to mask him. Diba? Like,
Yun.
why do you have to mask Seth of all people? It's no DQ anyway, diba? Like no, it's not like the team vision was gonna get DQ'd because Seth got in the way, diba? And also, if it were Seth, why wouldn't he also go ape shit on his former teammates who attacked him before he went out, diba? So there's that. I think the question is valid. I think because it's a masked guy, it literally could be anyone. And it doesn't even have to be the guy who played the character on Survivor Series.
Yeah, di ba kasi naalala natin, NXT did kind of the same thing with sino nga yun? Yung new member ng Fatal Influence,
Laney Reed.
Laney Reed,
Laney-
yes.
Laney
Laney Reed
Reed,
with the former Jasmine Nix, yeah.
Oh, di ba? They did kind of the same thing. Ro is right. It could be anyone at this point. I mean, people are speculating. They're bringing up a couple of names that I've seen online. They're saying it's Austin Theory. People are also saying it's Montez Ford, which is pretty out there. But again, it could be possible because they really haven't given us anything except for that moment right there at the end of the Survivor Series.
Oh,
So yeah,
lumabas ng Raw.
Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the biggest question here, no? Na it really could be anyone. And syempre, very deliberate na yung stepping sidekick niya is very Rollins-esque. Yung stomp, syempre, signature move ni Seth Rollins. So, we have no idea. But as we zoom out here, I need to get your reactions to WarGames, both the men's and the women's match. Like, which one did you like more? Which one did you feel had more gravitas?
All right, I gotta be honest here. I'll take over first. I gotta be honest here. The War Games stipulation has jumped the shark.
Oh.
I didn't had fun watching War Games because the thing that annoys me about War Games is that the first 20 or 25 minutes doesn't really matter because the match technically
That's what
doesn't
I've been
start.
saying, bruh.
The match
That's what I've been saying the
technically
past few
doesn't
years.
start until all of the guys are in the ring, and usually that last stretch is only like what 10 to 15 minutes. So why would so if the match can only be decided in when everyone is in the ring, why the fuck would I care about the first 25 minutes? And
That's what I was saying.
usually before, ito yung difference ha. Usually before, those first 25 minutes would be like action packed. A lot of weapons, a lot of things that happen, but nothing really happened here. Like when I was watching it, parang okay, parang why am I caring about this match at this point? So it didn't help that Blood and Guts literally happened a week before this, and that was the both men's and women's Blood and Guts matches were so much better than what we got as again. Not I don't want to compare, but that's what I felt. It didn't help whatsoever. So they gotta go back to the 5v5 next year. Retire the War Games, or at least put it back to NXT. I'm not gonna say sorry because that's what I feel.
So
Good for you, Emil.
fine.
Welcome to the
Sige, sige.
conversation.
This is exactly what I was saying the whole time for the past few years or so since since War Games became a thing, especially on the main roster. So Emil basically repeated every feeling I had about War Games. Um, Actually, he touches on a good point. Na the match proper, in which by that I mean yung bell to bell, na official start to the official end, does actually just run from 10 to 15 minutes long, diba? But good kudos to you for finally figuring out that the first 30 or so minutes doesn't matter. It's a no. But I as much as I don't want to be a tribalist here, I do have to say, and I do have to compare. Na, um, yes, the same mechanics, pero AEW's version, Blood and Guts, is just a lot more fun because I personally find the violence funny and hilarious in a way that satisfies me because oh, you're in there, you might as well at least go to town on each other for real, diba? Like they do naman on WWE, pero because very few people get blood, like Punk, diba? Parang siya lang ata yung dumugo nun,
Yeah.
this past weekend. So a lot of it feels very sanitized. Although I just also watched a hardcore match last Sunday between two women. That was a lot of fun. It didn't involve blood, diba? So I don't know what it is about it. I don't know what it is about it. Exactly. Like I don't know what it is exactly that makes the sanitized version less compelling to watch because apparently you can have a compelling hardcore match without blood, but I think because the AEW version was so hopped up on adrenaline where everyone was going insane, whether they had blood or not, I think that's just what made it more fun.
It's a weird comparison. I remember a few weeks ago we said not to compare because it's not the same thing. And I get that. But now that we're comparing, comparing these two matches, which are essentially the same type of match, right? You might as well compare yung differences ng WWE versus AEW, diba? Mas wrestling driven yung AEW.
Sure.
They're more open
Yeah.
to violence on AEW. WWE product is more story-centered, diba? It's a lot more sanitized. So, parang, kung i-compare mo yun, diba, di gamitin mo na lang din yung aesthetic mo, diba? What you want to see. Right? I'm not saying one is better than the other here because I like both. But I like with the War Games concept as a concept since sila yung nauna, diba? I don't think the AW improved on the idea well enough to say na stand out siya without saying na yung wrestling ng AEW mas maganda sa WWE. Right? Because again, to each his own pa rin tayo at the end of the day. Right? I will say that the WWE War Games match has taken a backslide a bit because of how rushed everything is put together. So there's not enough of a compelling reason for us to pay attention to the part before the match officially happens. Kasi feud ender tong War Games eh. Diba? The first few War Games matches, even the War Games matches in NXT, they were all feud enders. They
Yep.
all had stakes. They all had factions that were already aligned and already established before the match. So the fact that you're going into this 2 weeks before the War Games match itself and say, oh, ito na kayo lima, kayo na mag-War Games. It's hard for us to really grasp onto it.
The AI has a good prompt in the chat. What about the removal of the shark cages? Did it affect the presentation of War Games as well? I'm gonna say kind of, because a lot of memes came out from the shark cages last year.
Yeah.
So parang nawala yung ano yung factor na yun.
The interactions that Roman and Punk had last year were literally the best moment of War Games last year. So there's an element there na nawala talaga with them removing the shark cages.
I know you guys were predicting a Dakota Kai-like heel turn. So for those who don't remember, there was a women's War Games match pre-COVID where Dakota Kai kicked Tegan Knox. So it eliminated Tegan from the match, and then si Dakota herself didn't even compete. Tapos it was Rhea and Candice na lang for their team. But yeah, that didn't happen at all. No such heel turn can happen kapag walang shark cage. Do you guys think na the absence of the shark cages was because of Brock Lesnar? Kasi parang I heard this conversation sa Masked Man show na parang logistically, it's kind of weird to have a shark cage with both Bronson Reed and Brock Lesnar in it. Doon pa lang masikip na eh.
I mean, why not just create a bigger shark cage? Like they created a bigger ladder for Big Show.
I mean, yes, pero feeling ko logistically, medyo maliit din yung, kasi look at the entranceway. If you observe the entranceway, medyo maliit din siya. They didn't have the ramp. They just had like that little doorway.
They had the S-ramp.
Sorry?
They had the S-ramp for this
Yeah,
one.
they did.
It was not also conducive to the shark cage thing. Kasi ang haba ng dadaanan mo.
Yeah, so I think it's more a logistics thing or how they laid everything out. Medyo, but then you look, it reminded me of those 2000s Madison Square Garden shows na ganun lang din galit yung daanan mo. So it's very, it's very uneven looking with two giant shark cages there. So that's why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm actually gonna pin the blame on the set design and not the fact that there are like 3 big dudes on Team Vision. Like I think it's weird because previous Survivor Series shows had yung stage directly overlooking the ring. So I guess that's probably why.
Mm-hmm. I guess medyo weird din sabi kay Brock na, oy, 30 minutes ka nasa loob ng cage, ha?
I mean, why? Roman did it.
Yeah, why? Yeah, Roman did
Brock.
Yeah, feeling ko iba pag si Brock eh.
Yeah.
You're gonna be afraid that he's gonna piss on someone's hair.
Wala akong sinabi. Sinabi ko lang na a star of Brock's caliber, medyo weird kung nandun lang siya sa loob ng cage for like 30 minutes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see why he couldn't be asked to. He already said yes to teaming with other people.
Yep.
All right. One more thing from Survivor Series that we got to talk about. Now that we're done with the War Game stuff, is Dirty Dom being Intercontinental Champion again thanks to a returning Liv Morgan. So this was after Raquel, Roxanne, JD, and Finn all got involved, and Raquel and Roxanne even got to do their signature moves on John Cena.
Yeah, that was my favorite part. When I saw them do their moves, I knew. I don't know to live. All 3 women got their moves in. I knew that Cena was also fulfilling his make-a-wish to the 3 kids.
Yeah, gusto ko din malaman ko ano thoughts ni Jasper na binuwat ni John Cena na pambata si Finn Balor and JD.
Yeah, JD. Sabay ine.
Treated them like cruiserweights.
Yeah. All right, here's the thing. A lot of people online are so fickle about this whole thing. People are saying that, oh, the last John Cena match, he should put over someone younger. And then I'm seeing the same reactions from the same people saying that, oh, he deserved Cena matalo in such a way that he did. Ano ba talaga? Do you want Cena to put over Dom or nah? Diba?
You know why, Emil? I agree with you. You're right. Totally right. Because they don't know what putting over someone actually entails. They don't know what that actually means in the context of what we do, in the context of how we're booked and how we play out the matches in the ring. They don't know that. They don't understand that. Even though they throw around those terms the very insider baseball on social media. They don't know what you're talking about. So buti ka pa. Milnit na alam mo
Yeah.
yung sinasabi mo.
Kasi di ba, lakas sila magreklamo na, oh, Gunther doesn't deserve to be seen as a last opponent here. All this chatter with who deserves it or who doesn't. Kung ano yung gusto nila gawin ni Cena. But hey, a lot of you are saying you want him to put over someone younger to propel them into a main eventer spot. I think he did it already here with Dom Mysterio. Mission accomplished. But then people are still upset.
I think
Yeah.
it's just funny that Cena spent his career being accused of burying people. Diba? Parang the Super Cena era, lalo na, he was accused of burying people, burying talent. He just spent the last 6 months of his final run putting over so many people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, to be fair,
it's
the back half of his career naman was really him making up for that, for those accusations.
so yeah, good on him, man. Good on him for being a team player. Kahit paalis na siya.
Mhm. Yeah,
Saka
so
38 lang naman si Gunther. Bata pa rin yun.
especially
Oh,
with
yeah.
wrestling
It's only-
today.
He's only 3 years older than me. Bata pa ako.
Yeah.
Ano kaya ano kaya ang
38,
music
that's
age
my
ni
age. Holy
Gunther?
shit, he's only the
Exactly.
same age as me.
Exactly.
Oh,
Bata
that's
ka
not
pa.
old.
Bata pa tayo.
Bata pa tayo.
Any younger talent daw except for Gunther. And I still don't know why people are again, di ba
No,
sinabi ko
because
sa comments
Gunther
last
is
week?
already a world champion. Diba?
Sabi ko
That's
last
the-
week that people hating on Gunther, they have a space on the Nathan list. Yeah, that you know.
He's a GYV kasi, that's why. People think that he's a grizzled young vet. Diba? He's been around. We know who he is. He has a reputation. That's why people hate on him. They want something fresh. Diba? They want their Austin Theories, diba? Or their Carmelo Hayes. And I kind of want that too. But Gunther's what we get. I'm okay with that. Gunther is going to headline WrestleManias into the future. So
Exactly.
why not?
that said, if we're talking about this already, I actually do want LA Knight to win the thing.
Oh, sige,
Not
let's get
because
into it.
I
Let's
don't-
go to Raw and talk about the finals for the last time is now.
Not because I disagree with Gunther, but also LA Knight is technically much older, hindi na siya younger. But the guy does deserve that push.
I actually don't mind both either one. Like I know I've been making my case for Gunther now. Okay, he's the guy, he's the evil boss, but I also won't mind LA Knight here. Kasi they haven't done him justice in the past year or so. So that would be a good way for LA Knight to cap off this year by having having him as John Cena's as opponent.
Ikaw, Chino,
Yeah.
what do you think about this final setup?
I was very first of all, what a match between Gunther and
Yes,
Solo
Solo
Sikoa.
Sikoa, yeah.
Amazing. Big meaty man slapping meat. Awesome stuff. Pero this was a pretty interesting final because remember on SmackDown, which we didn't get to, naka-second round pa si The Miz. He got an extra life, diba?
Yeah, that's right.
He's thrown in there again. So I kind of thought na, ito na, The Miz na tayo. And he got treated like a chump. So, wala din. Nasayang lang yung slot niya. Right? I don't know what the deal is with that, but hey, it is what it is. LA Knight and Gunther is going to make for an electric final. I am kind of on the fence here as well. Again, hindi ko alam. I'm okay with either. Kind of prefer Gunther, wouldn't mind LA Knight.
It required Gunther's ano yun, sinking to the level that Solo was going to. Diba? Parang Solo went low first, so Gunther was like, okay, you're gonna go low, I will go low too. And that's how Gunther won. I thought that was a good story beat that they put into that match.
Yeah, it's like this match was the perfect example of heel versus heel, pero cheer pa rin tayo. Diba? Like, this is the complication you have with wrestling. Somebody always has to be the good guy and the bad guy. In this case, you have two bad guys. So, diba? So somebody had to play the face and automatically it became, for the strangest reason, it became Gunther. Diba? Even though he was the more brutal of the two. Right? The fact that si Talatonga was ringside probably helped Solo Sikoa get that heat. Pero at the end of the day, Gunther played their part. Gunther and Solo, rather, both played their parts. And, we got the result that we wanted.
Oh, kupal si Solo pero mas kupal si Gunther. Ang galing.
Actually didn't like that finish kasi not because I thought that Gunther should be a face or should be the pseudo face in the match, but remember that the gimmick, the character Gunther was that he is the best wrestler, but he is the ring general. So I don't understand why he had to be cheating to put someone away, especially when he was able to put people away with just the power bomb, just the sleeper, diba? So may mga things na hindi tugma sa presentation niya. Like I definitely would not see Volter do that in the Indies as the ring general, diba? So, but that's just me. That's me because I've followed this guy for a while now, and I know that the marketing is that he is the best pure wrestler, unlike other people.
All right, let's talk about Braun Breaker, who is now the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, and he gets his title match on January 5, the first anniversary of Raw on Netflix. So I guess dahil si Braun yung nakascore ng pin in WarGames and he pinned CM Punk, nagamit yun ni Paul Heyman to leverage a #1 contendership for Braun for the first Raw of the year.
Yes, this is NJPW booking logic. So, for those who don't know, if you pin a champion in an NJPW match, non-title, you do have a claim to the shot. So it's kind of like a lineal contendership, diba? So that's
Which
actually
WWE also
cool.
does, diba?
No, pero they don't acknowledge it like this. Parang sa NJPW, it's always a hard and fast rule, diba? Like, it's always a rule. So matic siya. If somebody gets the pin, if a non-champion gets the pin on a champion, matic talaga yan.
Yes.
Like everyone expects it. You don't have to say it.
Okay.
You don't have to say it. An authority figure doesn't have to say it. It's already it's already implied the moment they win, the moment they beat the person. Pero ito, Heyman had to tell Pierce, okay, Braun Breaker pinned CM Punk, so therefore he had to do a whole thesis defense as to why Braun had to be the contender, diba? So yeah, deserve. Promo was a little long. I felt like he was stumbling a little bit because there were so many lines to memorize. And I know memorized because there were some, pre-written bangers in there. So, there's a lot to keep in mind. But for the most part, I think he delivered. I think he made up for it with his intensity. And it became a pretty good meme for a few days.
Yeah, no, I think this was the best promo he's done in a while. Whether siya nakaisip ito or rather wrote it for him, wouldn't really be able to tell. Pero the fact that he was able to get that much mic time and deliver that intensity out there really shows that it put to rest the whole broad can't talk argument, diba? Because it's there, like he can't talk, right? You just need to give him time and give him clear instructions, I guess, or a script to follow because he can talk. He's not like a Punk, he's not like Cena or everybody else that's good on the mic, right? But he's there. He has bones for it, and he shows.
Yeah, I honestly don't see Braun winning the title just yet, but this is his first shot as a main event player on Raw. So good for him. And that promo as well, I agree with you guys. I also thought it was scripted, but he delivered it just well, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not as iconic as you want a friend, get a dog. Yun pa rin yung ano eh. Yung signature Braun Breaker line, diba? From a few years ago. So, yun pa rin para sa akin. All right, sticking here with Monday Night Raw, how about that ending over the Women's Tag Team Championship? All of a sudden, you have a very deep and stacked division where all of these teams were just brawling at one another, diba? From Rio to Charlotte and Alexa, Kabuki Warriors, the Judgment Day, Bailey and Lyra, all of them were getting at it.
This has been the best the women's tag team division has been ever since the title was established years ago. I will say that.
Ito lang din yung nakita kong, yes, it's good. Yeah, fine. It's great. Good stuff. But the problem I see here is because you brought down, but transferred, diverted all these main eventers into the tag team division, diba? Charlotte, Alexa, Rio, everybody is now competing for the tag team titles. Parang wala nang kalaban si Stephanie Vaquer, who is supposed to be the main champion in the division, right? She's supposed to be the women's world champion, right? But then, ang nakapila lang sa kanya right now, Liv Morgan. I don't really see anybody else after Liv at this point since she already put away si Nikki Bella, diba? So it's very slim pickings for her at this point. And I don't know how far they've thought into this whole Stephanie Vaquer run, pero parang nakahinayang din na because they moved all this talent to the women's division or the women's tag team division, parang naiwan si Stephanie Vaquer.
May mid-card championships pa, di ba?
Oh, may mid-card championships pa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the problem with this is Chino brings up some good points. I think the problem is not because they moved all this talent to the women's tag team division. I think it's because they moved a lot of the talent on Raw to the women's tag team division. Diba? Like 3 of these 4 teams are from Raw, with the only exception that is Alexa and Charlotte. Diba? So I couldn't see why Julia and Kiana James couldn't be part of this or whatever, diba? Or Nia Jackson, Lash Legend, diba? Like literally, they were there, they were right there, and they won the match. I'm sorry, they lost the match for that, but they're also there, so now you do have a concentration of a bunch of high-powered women in this match. Although I will agree then that if you do put in someone like Rhea Ripley or Io Sky on against Stephanie Vaquer. That's already happened as well. So I think it's not that big of a problem. Although I do agree that na masyadong na over leverage yung nasa Raw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just shocked, or I was shocked. Like when I saw how stacked it was, diba? Na you had all of these 10 names getting into it, and then nandun pa yung concurrent story of Liv Morgan leading the Judgment Day back to gold, diba? Na parang nagparaya pa si Liv, basically telling Roxanne, oh, kayo na ni Raquel, you be the representatives of the Judgment Day here in this fight.
Yeah, parang medyo nag-die down na din yung... Because remember when Liv Morgan, just before she got injured, there was the storyline that they were angling for, and then Liv was gonna get booted from the Judgment Day, essentially. Diba? And then it prematurely happened, kind of, kasi na-injure siya. Alright? So she's been gone for a few months now. She's back. I don't know if they're willing to readdress that story yet. With the whole, kasi medyo nag-die down na din yung panglalandi ni Roxanne kay Dominic, right? It's not really a thing anymore. It was a thing when Liv Morgan was around. So now, I don't really know what her place is here. Is she the de facto leader now? If so, gusto ba ni Finn yun? Gusto ba ni Dom yun? It's still pretty murky just because she's back. I'm glad that she's back, pero it's still pretty murky as to what her role actually is here.
I think it's clear naman that she ended up being the glue because Finn didn't rise as a natural leader for the group or step back from that role then. Kasi he was parang siya lang yung kuya na nagtatag kasi Carlito left and he was in that role too. So he kind of took Carlito's role. I don't mind Liv being in this role. I think it works the same way it works that Izzy Dame is the leader of the culling. So I actually want to see it. I think Liv is like, other than Dom, the most charismatic of the 5 of them, diba? So what it does kind of derail is the whole side thing that Dom had with the Americanos, diba? So sila yung actually sila yung nalugi dun sa pagkabalik ni Liv. And the John Cena side quest.
Right. So yun. Let's take an Emil Nate dance break, and then when we come back, we've got some NXT to talk about, especially since we've got Deadline happening on Sunday morning.
Hello, my name is Ilya Dragunov, the Czar, and you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
All right, let's go talk about NXT and start with the Tag Team Championships. Dion Lennox, who was one half of the tag team champions alongside Osiris Griffin, has passed his half of the titles to Saquon Sugars. Sabi niya magfo-focus na lang siya on singles gold. So, for me, yung biggest takeaway ko rito is, okay, so Dark State isn't freebirding it. Kasi, di ba, a lot of people are saying na, sila na yung champions, they're gonna freebird it. But if you notice, all of the tag team championship matches have just been Dion Lennox and Osiris Griffin. Never
Wait.
Cutler James, never Saquon Sugars.
Didn't all four of them defend it against the Hardys in the what was that match? Yung broken
And deletion.
Yung
No,
broken
technically, I
rules
think,
match.
yeah, the deletion. Yeah, the
So I
broken
thought
rules match.
freebird sila because of that. Akala ko
Parang
freebird
hindi.
sila because of that.
At least
Diba?
at least sa NXT, in all of the times that they've defended the titles or even challenged, it's always been Dion and Osiris.
Alright, that's fair.
No, I like Saquon Sugars. I like his work. So I like what he does in the ring. I like his look. I think he's the most talented wrestler of the bunch. Kasi siya din yung pinaka-charismatic for me. So he's getting more of a rub here instead of just playing the fifth wheel, so to speak, or fourth wheel, so to speak. Why not? Diba? Let him go crazy.
My only comment is that because of this segment backstage, I could finally tell between the four of them. Syempre, we know Lennox, we know Cutter, and then the other two had a hard time. But yes,
Talaga? You couldn't tell the other two from one another?
No, I've always
Yeah.
okay.
Ako, ever
it was
since
hard. It was hard.
Ever since the
Nagulat lang
Javon,
ako. Nagulat lang ako that Ro could not tell the two brothers apart. That's it.
ako ever since
Di naman I couldn't tell the two brothers apart. More of there was no reason yet to separate to make them distinct.
Hindi, sinasabi ko din, well, okay, medyo mababaw din yung differentiation ko. Kasi sinasabi ko, yung isa yung parang naka-big show, tapos yung isa may dreadlock. So, yun lang din yung difference ko.
Yeah.
No,
Ako
yun nga, before
ano,
Dion Lennox got chosen and before Cuddy started doing his gay jokes, there was no reason to distinguish them. So
yeah.
this was kind of for me the which one are you moment for the Dark State.
Ako ever since Saquon had that match with Javon, doon ko na siya like, alright, I know you know Saquon Sugars. That's when
Saquon Sugars is Lucky Ali. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he even referenced it in one of the earlier Dark State vignettes. Na parang, he was once called Lucky. Parang ganun. All right, moving on, we've got Joe Hendry now officially a part of the WWE roster. So I think the most we got as an announcement was Joe Hendry himself posting a screenshot of him having a profile sa WWE.com. That and TNA President Carlos Silva announcing sa show ni Ariel Helwani a few hours ago na officially part na ng WWE si Joe Hendry. Kasi tinanong siya straight up ni Helwani what's the status of Joe Hendry? Is he officially with WWE or with TNA? And then yun, kinlaro ni Carlos Silva na he's really happy for Joe Hendry and for WWE that Joe has transitioned to joining WWE.
I absolutely love this for Joe Hendry. I've been a fan of this man ever since he appeared on my screens here. I've not had the chance to see him live except beforehand. So napanood na siya, WWE na siya, right? But the fact that I got to see his growth, his transition, proves na you actually can make it out there in the world, guys. Diba? You can be undeniable. Kasi siya nagawa niya eh. Diba? He made his own entrance song, nag-viral yung song, hit number 1 on the charts as nasakyan niya yung momentum na yon to get to where he is now. And ang gandang reason on to actually just work hard and all that. Kasi if Joe Hendry can do it, then why can't I? Right? That's just a good message to have out there in the world.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time, honestly. Like the moment he appeared at WrestleMania, 'di ba? Parang ano na lang 'yon. Parang I was just asking myself, okay, when are they gonna drop the ball? When are they gonna announce it na Joe Hendry has finally signed with WWE? And yun, hindi tayo nagulat. I mean, we were all expecting it na once his contract is up or whatever, kung ano yung unang mangyari, that WWE will actually signed Joe Hendry, and good for him, diba? Joe Hendry was able to do everything before he got signed in WWE, which is crazy. He got to be in the NXT main event. He got to be
He got to be
Royal
Mania.
Rumble. Yeah, Rumble Mania. So Good for Joe.
Actually, I'm actually pretty surprised that WWE didn't make a big deal out of him being officially signed to WWE. Diba?
Hmm?
Sounds like the kind of thing that Triple H himself would announce on social media for the clout. Diba?
Wala
With the
pa siyang
pointing
pointing picture.
Yeah, exactly. Diba? Although I'm sure he did that in WrestleMania when he appeared, but still,
Yeah.
you sign one of the wrestling world's most viral talents. About you don't make a big deal. You don't hold a press release for it. You had to wait until his former boss announced it on an interview with Helwani. So that is strange to me. I don't know what that means specifically right now, but it is strange, diba? Like gets ko naman na, okay, he already appeared at WrestleMania despite being on NXT. He's on
Recurring
NXT
character na siya sa
regularly.
NXT.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, diba?
Baka
So it is
no.
pretty strange.
Baka he's still under both companies at this point. Na parang,
Hindi
okay.
nga. Sabi nga ni Carlos Silva na ano
Ano
eh.
na talaga, okay. Right? Okay. Alright.
So
Yeah,
congrats
and
to
you
Joe
know,
Henry.
yeah,
Sorry,
congrats,
Ro, go ahead.
congrats. No. I was just saying that it's strange that the PR machine did not PR this move.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
all that said, still a big win for Joe Henry. So congrats, he's getting that WWE bag, and we're all happy for him here on the podcast. Ito, Ro, I know you've got some thoughts on this. Let's talk about Shiloh Hill.
I don't really have like intense thoughts about it. Like not enough to go on an Emil Nate-esque rant. It's just weird because Shiloh Hill is there, but I think yung last segment this week kind of finally clicked for me. I felt like it at first it felt so random about like what are they actually doing with this? Like why is he the way that he is? Then I realized, and because he did that weird thing near the end, I think he screamed or something.
No, he howled.
He howled, yeah. Um, he there is something a little more sinister to him that meets the eye than meets the eye. So I don't know if it feels like the Funhouse version of Bray Wyatt. I think it might be in that same vein, but I don't know yet. I said last week that I wasn't compelled. I don't know yet if I'm compelled, but I think I finally understand what they're trying to do here.
Yeah, medyo interesting din siya because before this week's NXT, I thought they were trying to do a half-assed brain meets brawn type of wrestler here. Wala yung parang intellectual savage because they were doubling down on both sides here. Diba? They were talking about his background in Stanford and his being an outdoors person and him being an everyman and him being a former football player. Ang dami lang nilalapag na parang there's no one clear lane here. And then he did that whole howl at the end of today. And tama kasi bro, they are trying to do something different here. Hindi pa din siya malinaw because it's only been 3 weeks. Pero at the same time, if they do pull a Bray Wyatt on Shiloh Hill, it'll be the most interesting turn ever because I didn't even see this coming.
Yeah, so for those who weren't following, siya yung winner ng LFG Season 2. And from the start naman talaga, like meron ng konting Bray Wyatt comparisons just because of yung natural agility and the look. Diba? He kind of has that same backwoods wild man look that Bray Wyatt had. Nandun eh. Natural
Right.
kay Shiloh Hill eh. But I don't know. He doesn't have the Louisiana or the Cajun accent though. I'll say that. But yeah.
Bray didn't either. It was just something
Bray-
he learned.
He put it on. Kay Shiloh wala eh.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
neutral yung accent niya ngayon. But yeah, I just find like it's going all over the place. Talagang parang one minute he's talking about being a survivalist, the next minute he's talking about the Undertaker and being mentored by him, and then he's talking about football.
Para
So-
siyang may ADHD eh. Diba?
Dude, I said the same thing.
Diba? Like, parang the way he said, oh yeah, that's right. I also went to Stanford. Parang, okay, it's
think-
gali.
I think that's a red herring. I think that's why I draw the comparisons to the Funhouse version of Bray specifically because there was a put on character that seemed innocent, but it wasn't, right? Because there was defeat. I think there is that.
Yeah, for me what made it appear sinister was when he said now where did I put my bleach? Kasi parang like what did he need bleach for, diba? And why did he just announce that intrusive thought out of nowhere and
Yeah.
unprompted? So yun. Let's see where this goes. Okay, let's get to our deadline predictions. It's happening this weekend. It is the last PLE of the year, and it will be on Sunday morning. So it's going live 7 p.m. Eastern Time, so 8 a.m. dito sa atin sa Philippines. 5 matches on the card. Let's go through them one by one and start with the NXT Championship because as Ava announced, for the first time ever, the NXT Championship will kick off a PLE. So it's Ricky Saints defending against Oba Femi.
All right, this is
Yeah.
the.
What else is there to say about
Yeah.
this?
All right, all right, I'm not gonna predict whoever loses is going up to the main roster because I'm tired of saying that every single NXT Championship
No, to be
match.
fair, I think they got rid of that of that conceit na rin. Like tayo na lang yung hindi nakaka-adjust na kasi we had like a whole decade and more of the concept that whoever loses a big championship match is going to the main roster, diba? So I think they did do a good job of doing away with that trope. So sorry, go ahead, Emil. I cut you off.
Okay, here's the thing. Do we really think Oba Femi is gonna lose twice to Ricky Saints?
That's a good point.
Diba?
Actually,
Diba?
that's a good point.
Diba?
Ako, yes.
Okay.
Ako, yes.
Interesting.
I think Oba had his time with the title. It was good, but it was a good run. But again, I said this a few weeks ago. NXT always has this moment wherein they reset their era by putting in a series of new champions. Diba? They did that with Tatum and Ricky and everybody else who got new titles. And just, siyempre, natalo na si Tatum, JC James now your champion. But they're still sticking with everybody else here. So it leads me to believe na panahon na to ni Ricky Saint, diba? He's there. They can use him for a lot more, and he's a fresh face in the title picture. So I say Ricky Saints retains.
All right. I'd
That's
say
actually
Ricky retains as well.
That's actually a good point. I do think that this is the last shot for Ricky to put on a performance that gets people to believe that he is worth the signing that they gave that they made for him. Diba? Like I'm not saying he's terrible, far from it. Pero syempre, there are things that don't work as well as they should. When you enter a new chapter, diba? So right now, I can see the comments. People are not clicking with Ricky Saints. So I think this is the last shot. And I think he retains before Oba doesn't go up, but I think Oba is also due for a bit of character work after this.
Because they are still low-key exploring now without the championship or without a kingdom to rule over. Who is the ruler? So I do see that. Next up, we've got a grudge match between Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame. So, explain ni Izzy on NXT this week why she turned on Tatum. Basically, nabwisit siya. She felt like she gave Tatum Paxley everything, pero Tatum was being stubborn, tigas yung ulo, laging impulsive, and Izzy was like, I'm done with this. I'm done with you.
I think Izzy wins this one. I'll go with Izzy Dame.
I just wish it was it was teased a little bit more.
I kind of
You
wish
mean
they
turn-
told the story more instead of just giving us this match. Diba?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Fair. So
Actually
fair.
wanted to see the play out a little more. Like I didn't see the need for JC to get the championship back. Like I like the experiment. I think Tatum is a good face. I think she is a good stand-in for the pages of the world that they used to have.
Yeah. Oh, kasi diba she was a stand-in for the goth chick, diba? They used to have Gigi Dolan for that, pero wala na si Gigi Dolan, right? So
Yes.
now we're left with Tatum Paxley here. So I think because of this reason, because sobrang kinawawa na si Tatum Paxley, I think Tatum will take this one. So I say Tatum Paxley.
Yeah, if they're telling the story at this pace, then why have a hero's journey for Tatum? She already lost. So yeah, I agree. Tatum should win.
I actually like that the experiment even happened to begin with. Kasi diba, I didn't really think na Tatum Paxley would be in this position. And yet, Di ba? Compared to sina Sol, sina Kelani. Nauna pa si Tatum to be an NXT Women's Champion.
But she has been
Lola
she
Vice,
has been there
diba?
for a while now.
Yes, Tatum has been there for a while, but she hasn't been as featured as the Lolas and the Sols and the
Sure.
Kelanis of the roster.
Yes. Yeah.
I think except for Soul, I think Tatum's work has been clean. Kaya nila binigyan to. And may dating siya, diba? Like, although,
Yeah.
you know, pati naman yung dalawang iba. So, hey, why not?
Mm-hmm. All right, next up, we've got a funny one ahead of us. The North American Championship is up for grabs. Ethan Page will defend against Mr. Iguana. And my favorite part is Mr. Iguana committing Grand Theft Auto and Ava asking Ethan Page, what do you want me to tell the cops? An iguana stole your car?
Yeah, that's a good one. Alright. I think Ethan retains here. It's just weird na they're feeding all the AAA talent to Ethan Page.
Because he does good work with AAA.
Yeah, exactly.
He
Yeah,
does good work with
exactly.
AAA.
Yeah, di ba? It was di ba una si El Hijo del Dr.
El Hijo
Wagner
de
Jr.
Dr. Wagner
Jr.
Dr. Wagner.
And now it's Mr. Iguana. So I don't think Mr. Iguana wins the North American Championship here, but it's gonna be a funny one for sure.
I mean,
I'll go Ethan.
Siguro ikaw kasi writer ka, so baka alam mo.
Alam ni Emil yung booking notes eh.
Well, I mean, never say never. You know, they're really hot on Mr. Iguana. So, I'm not saying na mananalo siya. I'm still saying Ethan Page, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're doing much with Mr. Iguana. I think the hype has died down since the original AAA WWE crossover. Diba? Like they didn't know how to work with that, probably because of logistics then. Like it's not like Mr. Iguana is also appearing week to week. Diba? Like he's just a guy that shows up because they like him, they like having him around.
Yep.
You know.
All right, so Ethan Page. All right, let's get to the Iron Survivor Challenge. So for the women, you've got Sol Ruca, Kelani Jordan, Jordan Grace, Lola Vice, and Kendall Gray. So si Kendall, siya lang yung champion ngayon because she's the Evolve Women's Champion. And it's a point that she made sure to emphasize during their summit to begin NXT this week.
Yeah, it's also notable that Kendall Grace kind of the only new face dito sa lineup na to. Like the others are pretty obvious picks for this one, pero Kendall Gray was kind of surprising. And it makes sense din naman kasi she is the Evolve Women's Champion.
You know what? I'll go with Jordan Grace here. She's been losing a lot ever since being an official NXT wrestler. I think it's time, right?
For what?
She's been losing so much.
Hindi, kasi the winner goes out to New Year's Evil, diba?
Yeah.
The winner wins number one contenders match.
Yeah.
I mean, number one contender spot.
Yeah, I go Jordan Grace here.
Same. I'm gonna say Jordan Grace. She's been losing a lot. They need to get her steam back. And if there's anybody to take the title away from JC Jane, I'd like it to be Jordan Grace. So I'd say Jordan Grace.
Yeah, actually that makes sense. I feel like they did have Tatum Paxley drop this so that a face could win it from JC Jane. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Jordan Grace.
Beast mode for you, beast mode for you, beast mode for everyone. Eto, for the men's Iron Survivor Challenge, you've got Miles Bourne, Javon Evans, Leon Slater from TNA, Joe Hendry, and Dion Lennox. And Miles Bourne gets to choose from which spot he enters the Iron Survivor Challenge kasi siya yung nag-score ng pinfall over Dark State. And they made a big deal out of yung reactions ni na Javon and Leon Slater towards Miles Bourne. Parang nakupalan sila sa kanya. And then Miles Bourne was like, we had to get the win, but also important din naman which one of us actually gets this advantage.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that dynamic. So I guess I bring that up to ask you guys, if you got to choose or if you were Miles Bourne, which spot would you enter from sa Iron Survivor Challenge?
Third.
I would enter last.
Kahit na limited time na lang?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I don't know. I think the Iron Survivor match is too new to figure out the psychology behind it.
That's the dilemma. That's the dilemma of the match.
I'd say
last,
fourth. I was going to say fourth, not last, because last yun nga limited time.
Yeah.
Fourth, you still have enough time to do the work and only have to worry about one other guy after you.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yun nga eh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the Iron Survivor match. If you're if you're the first, you'll have the entire match, but you know, syempre
No, 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 gets
ikaw
gonna
yung
okay.
mabibitin up eh.
Figure out yung psychology na last. When you're last, you have all the finisher icons saved up.
Stuck for you.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly what happened with Trick Williams, right? Yung
Oh.
nung isang Iron Survivor match na he
The one he
scored.
won.
Oh, he scored all his balls in the last like minute or so. Yeah,
Because
parang ganun eh.
you're the freshest. You have the most stamina to hit everyone with the finisher.
Hindi ka pa red. I don't know if they
Yeah.
told you that.
Di ka red.
Yun din nangyari kay Obafemi last year, diba? He came in and he just demolished everyone.
Yeah,
There you
obviously,
go. That's why
the
last is still optimal. Ano.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Who is this match? Could be anyone really at this point.
You know what?
Kasi,
Since he can't make up his mind yet, just because he's already signed an official, I'm going to say Joe Henry. He's already there. Official na siya.
I think Javon gets the.
Because he was a hair away last year.
I think they're really
Javon
high
as
on
well.
Javon.
I go with Javon.
With all the opportunities he's been getting everywhere in the WWE literal universe. I think they're really high on him.
Si Javon Evans, parang siya ng new Rey Mysterio, diba? He's basically playing that part. He just happens to be taller. All right. So those are the predictions for NXT Deadline. Eto, last stretch, let's talk about Dynamite highlights from today. And we're going to start with Claudio defeating Mox in their Continental Classic matchup. And yung post-match reactions nilang lahat all told a story. Basically, Mox being all defeated outside, only Marina and Wheeler Yuta checking on him, si Pac and si Garcia checking on Claudio, diba? And you can kind of see where this is going here, which is something you guys already alluded to in previous live streams. Na Mox's weaknesses are being laid bare.
Yeah, they are actually pretty heavy-handed about this. So I don't want to see anyone saying that there is no storytelling because they are laying it on thick. It's just that they don't use as much words. Interesting. The faces say it all, and that's an interesting way to tell that story. A different way to tell that story. And at this point, kung di pa rin malinaw sa'yo that Mox is the scapegoat in the group now, going from champion to scapegoat. I don't know what to tell you. You're not paying attention.
Yeah. I know. The Death Riders are gonna cut Mox just like the Clippers did Chris Paul at some point.
That's dirty. That is dirty, sir.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way they're gonna do him, diba?
But magkaaway ba si Mox and the equivalent of Tai Lu? Is that why?
That's dirty. Oh, ikaw, Chino, your thoughts on
No,
on
it's
Mox?
good. It's a good way to tell a story. I agree with Ro. It's a good way to tell a story. It's definitely the best way John Moxley knows how to tell a story, which is through physicality. Diba? It's his narrative here. So I like how he's telling this story in his own way because it's playing to his strengths.
Mm-hmm. All right. You've also got the Timeless Love Bombs busting some people's brackets here and eliminating Megan Bain and Marina Shafir thanks to a returning Santa Luther. So now they face the Babes of Wrath in the finals next week at Winter is Coming.
Yeah.
This was
Santa
the
Luther.
prediction. This is what everybody had in as their finals anyway. Tony Storm.
Talaga ba? Not Megan
Who?
Bain and Marina Shafir?
I had Megan Bain and Marina Shafir
Ako
in the
din eh.
finals.
Really?
Yeah.
Again, at the start of the tournament, I said Tony and Mina kasi they are, they're the names, diba? And again, AEW's habit of inaugural champions are people who are big names, diba? So I'm still sticking by it, and I still think that they're gonna win next week.
Kasi
Yeah,
parang
now that
inisip-
the finals are now that this is the finals matchup, I agree that they're gonna win. Kasi Tony is too much of a star to not have a championship at this point.
weren't they telling the story though of Tony without the title? Parang like a downward
No.
spiral sort of?
No,
No,
ito
that
na
was
yun.
last time.
No.
That was last time. That was the first time she lost the women's championship to
Okay.
Mariah May.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tsaka she's found
akala ko
love.
this. No,
She's whole again. She has found love.
okay, yeah, the whole love thing. This is the thing that they're doing now. But akala ko she was still in her downward spiral kasi naka-Joker makeup na siya madalas. So,
Okay, yeah.
right.
Pero hindi na today, diba? They were in the jumpsuits,
Right.
tapos
Yeah, they were
maayos yung
in the
presentation ni Tony.
overalls.
Right. So yeah, okay. That makes sense. Kind of want to see yung the big Wrath do it though. Kind of, kasi sila yung unlikely picks, they're underdogs. But yes, tama si Emil, AEW does have this habit of establishing championships with, name brand wrestlers. So if it's Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa, why not?
Gusto ko yun, name brand wrestlers. All right. Speaking of name brand wrestlers, you've got Kazuchika Okada. In-explain ni Don Callis why Okada is still the international champion and why that's not on the line. So he's also clarifying yung mess behind the Unified Championship's existence, which is something that I believe you ranted about last week, diba, Emil? So sabi ni Don Callis, he doesn't make risky bets, so only the Continental Championship is on the line. And then in-explain din niya na yung Unified Championship, symbol lang daw yun of Okada having both the Continental and International Championships.
With his own lineage, so he conveniently left that part up. But at least he explained. He attempted to put a pin on the confusion, which is I respect. Like it's not like the best explanation ever, but it does line up with his character, and that's the beauty of wrestling. That you can find ridiculous explanations for the strangest booking decisions ever. That's it. That's all I have to say about that. They made it make sense at least.
Yeah, you know what? It's rare for AEW to even acknowledge something like this. So the fact that they did, applause to them. Kasi hindi nila ginagawa ito madalas. They usually just leave these things hanging. So the fact that Don Callis went out of his way to explain this, good
Yeah,
stuff.
I think even when your hardcore fans are scratching their heads, that's when TK knows that he has to step in and correct.
It's a bad guy.
Speaking of... sorry, Emil. Go ahead.
Sa bagay din kasi, yung all-in, it wasn't really... Yung match between Okada and Omega wasn't really a unifying match. They're just saying that there's a unified title to symbol both titles. So I think they did a good job of explaining of the whole thing earlier at Dynamite. So Unified Championship does exist, but parang meron lang siyang holder whenever that holder has both championships. So parang it's an accomplishment championship, kumbaga. Parang Grand Slam sa PBA. Parang ganun.
No, that's not the same comparison.
Sorry.
Drink your coffee, Emil Nate.
Order your Starbucks.
I know there's a sports term to it that hindi ko lang maalala. But yeah, okay na yun. Like Don Callis has explained it and
Yun na yun.
This point.
Yun na yun.
Yeah, yun na yun.
I just want to give a shout out to Brian Danielson kasi kanina during commentary for Claudio versus Mox, he made a great point of calling out Marina Shafir's presence at ringside. Yeah. Like hindi niya tinantanan. He kept saying na, why is Marina here? Why is Marina here? Dapat walang tao at ringside until finally the ref told Marina to go away. So I don't know what happened there, if somebody forgot to tell Marina na bawal siyang magstay at ringside or whatever, but I appreciate Brian being the only person to actually call it out.
No, I think TK forgot his rule that the Continental Classic matches aren't allowed to have seconds outside. So, and bawal interference, obviously. But, bawal naman talaga interference. I think everyone forgot about it kasi until Brian, syempre, is the guy who remembers everything, remembers all the rules. So even I forgot about that until it was brought up.
Buti pa si Don Callis marunong sumunod sa ruling yun, di ba?
Hindi raw siya manager. Commentator siya.
He has 3 guys in the Continental Classic and he's not, he's nowhere near during,
but he was also on commentary, di ba? So
Yeah, so I appreciate that. And no, to be fair, binibring up din naman nila na bawal ng second, bawal yung manager or valet or whatever. It's just that si Brian talagang parang naging enforcer of the law de facto, diba? To the point that the ref had to actually do his job and shoo away si Marina Shafir. So yun, I appreciate that because syempre as an announcer, diba, you have to kind of know what's going on. You have to also keep the rules intact or uphold the rules, diba, to make it make sense.
Also,
So,
speaking of announcers, shout out to Wade Barrett saying the wildest things on Raw commercial commentary. So yeah, I haven't caught Raw live in a while, so the fact that he was cracking all these jokes on air, grabe, kudos to you, sir.
I wish I could have heard those. Di ko ata narinig yung mga jokes ni Wade Barrett
No,
this
di mo
week.
siya maririnig after the show goes on
he's-
demand.
Oh yeah, I did hear as well.
Yeah, they cut out the ad breaks.
Pero nakakatawa siya. So he's saying the wildest things, man. Like, holy shit.
All right. As we wind down here, let's get to some plugs. Chino, what do you have going on?
Oh yeah, busy weekend for me. Tomorrow I will be heading to Tagaytay to do a show with the one and only Rex Navarrete, the OG Filipino-American
Nice.
stand-up comedian, is in town, and he's doing his Tagaytay show for the very first time. That'll be at Gig Music Hall in Silang, Cavite, Tagaytay area. Tickets are still available. Saturday, I'm joined by Jeannie Lakay, Diana Aonong of the Lady Bosses podcast, as well as Jason Gomez dun sa Tagaytay show. Saturday naman, I will be with Stanley Chi, Ansis C, and a whole lot of other comedians at Brickwall BGC. Tickets to all those shows available at comedymanila.ph. Also, follow me on TikTok because I've learned to monetize the people's hate at Chino
Yun.
Supersize.
Yun.
The what? Sorry, the what?
The people's hate.
Okay.
The hate in the comment section.
Ayun.
I'll have to
Turned
ask
it
you how to
into
do that.
content. Yeah.
Buti naman.
I turned it into content. So follow me on TikTok at Chino Supersize.
All right.
All right. Ikaw, Emil.
No plugs here. Just follow the podcast and all social media platforms. Thank
All
you.
right. Bro?
Okay, guys. If you don't have tickets yet to Saturday night's main event in a couple of weekends, 1 week from Sunday, tinyurl.com/thankyoucena. Also, DexCon Fight Night. DexCon World Underground Wrestling Fight Night 2. My bad. Is happening also in the same night as the Saturday night's main event viewing party. So that one is pay what you can, I believe, or free. Basta either one of those two.
Pay what you can.
Yeah. Pay what you can. Right. I'm not on the show because I won't be on the show. I will be away for a family event. So punta kayo. It's gonna be a fun show. There's gonna be beer. You can I believe you can stand close to the ring while the action is happening. It's gonna be a fun independent time, independent wrestling time. Go have fun. Kung wala kayong ganap on that Sunday, if you don't have a Christmas party happening yet, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
For me naman, just want to plug my new show that premieres tomorrow on the NBTC Philippines Facebook page. It's called Court Report. So it's basically me interviewing basketball players who played in NBTC, which is probably the leading high school basketball circuit here in the Philippines, run by Coach Eric Altamirano, former UP Fighting Maroon and former coach ng NU. So that's going to be dropping every Friday on the Facebook page of NBTC Philippines. The first episode is tomorrow, featuring RR Pogoy of the TNT Tropang 5G. So hope you guys can catch that if you love your local basketball. Again, it's called The Court Report. All right. As for us here on the show, you can follow us at Wrestling Podcast on Facebook and Instagram, at Wrestling2XPod on Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky. Pa-Christmas nyo sa amin, guys, yung follows on Spotify or wherever platform you're finding us, or yung mga Spotify Wrapped featuring us. Please post it on your stories and tag us as well. It'll really mean a lot to us. Individually, you can tag us at _Stan C, at Roeswar, at Chino Supersize, and at EML_Meister. And let's all thank babyface producer Jasper for braving the streets and finding his way back home in time for the live stream.
It is fucking rough out there, guys.
Ang hirap na sumakay today. Lately, ang hirap na sumakay.
Yeah.
So the fact that Jasper made it home, tayo na applause pa.
That's a miracle.
Fucking
No. The fact that Jasper can book a ride after 6 p.m. Jesus Christ, how do you do it? You are
huge.
blessed so far. And I hope I don't jinx it.
Somebody loves Jasper. Somebody does. So thank you so much, babyface producer Jasper, and thank you to everyone who joined us for another live stream here on the Wrestling Podcast. Tingnan natin if we can make a Monday stream work. Marami tayong kalaban. Real life, traffic, Jasper's work schedule, among others.
It is holidays, you know. It is holidays.
Yeah.
So worst case scenario, ganito ulit. We'll just reconvene on Thursday at 8 p.m. at the usual watering hole on Facebook and on YouTube. For Romaran, Emil, Nate, and Chino Liao, I'm Stan C, reminding everyone to stay safe, stay dry, and don't be a dick. Wrestling Podcast out. Happy holidays, Outcasts.
Peace.